Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7. Live on hot7025fm.com.
It's your main man, 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
Hi. Hey. What's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
E-Class Consulting. It's owned and operated by Carrice, providing tools, training, and resources that are sure to make you and your business even more successful. We are staffed with a marketing, credit, tax, and a real estate consultant. E-Class Consulting also provides a temporary admin service called E-Class Admins. Want to book an appointment with E-Class Consulting? Call 702-518-3002 or email book@eclassconsulting.com. E-Class Consulting, navigating you to greatness.
Yo, it's Tavon Greatness Patterson. Want to listen to Hot 702.5 on the go? Download the Hot 702.5 app on the Apple Store or Google Play Store if you got an Android like me.
Let's get it.
All right. You guys are tuned in to the Shady Ass Tea right here on hot7025fm.com. I am Carrice, and I am here with my cousin host, Sir. Sir, how are you?
I am fantastic. It was burning up hot here today. I think it was like 90 degrees here today.
It was like 87 today. It was a little warm, you know. It was giving warm today.
Yeah, and I was outside all day.
Me too. I've been outside until now, so
right.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like I've been a field hand.
You look like
Literally.
you've been out there fighting the power. That's what you look like right now. Like, where is your pick with your
With my fist,
fist on it, child?
listen, the hair is giving what I needed to give. Finally, giving what I needed to give. I needed a big old afro.
It's looking fluffy and full.
Yeah, it's soft. It's wonderful.
It's giving fluffy and full. That's just what it is.
I'm here. I'm excited.
Well, look, we got a couple of people that's already on our live. It looks like we got 200 people on our Instagram. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Monica, I see you out there. Russ, I see you out there as well. In your ear, we see you over there on YouTube as well. I wish we could put our Instagram comments like on here. So this system that we use, y'all need to get up with the times, child. Y'all need to somehow figure out how to integrate.
Come on, integrate. Because everybody knows integration is important.
Child, is
Listen,
it?
I look like all I talk about is integration.
You do.
That's it. Every time we talk to me.
You look like your pants kente cloth, like right now. Like,
I would love, look, if somebody out there can make kente cloth pants, please holler at me. Because I would love a kente cloth suit. I would love a fully because have you seen some of these African designers? These African designers really be doing their big ones. And I really
do. And
I really want
listen,
one.
Shout out to the black designers too for Met Gala, and to the theme for Met Gala.
Yes.
So I saw somebody had posted. How many of y'all really knew about dandyism before this? And I thought to myself, you know what? Maybe we had an advantage, I guess, for having people who were historians in our family. Mm-hmm. But did you know about it before this?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so
absolutely.
Yeah,
I was so excited when I heard the brief for the Met Gala, and I was even more pumped when I heard who was on the board. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna eat everybody. And the black people understood the mission, right? They understood, they executed. You know, some people may not have liked what was being wanted, but they understood the mission. Some of the other people.
Like who? Because I was really trying, maybe it's just my timeline.
Yeah.
But my timeline did not show any others.
Any of the others? No others?
No others other than Zendaya.
Shakira, oh, she's not really an other. Shakira wore just like a pink dress. Heidi Klum was just in like a black dress. I'm like, she was like, oh, it's black. And she was married to a black man. Got children by him.
So she wasn't giving it. But do you think that it was like a cultural misappropriation?
I think that the theme was, the brief was black dandyism, right? And
okay, so could they have gotten away with let's really think about it.
Mm-hmm. Mindy Kaling, right? Who is not she's not a black person, right? But she had the tailoring she had on her dress, it fit the brief. Like she looked good. Versus like there's this one white girl she had on Valentino, then she also had on a do-rag. Right? It's just so
like, who designed you, ma'am?
Yeah, who set you up, right? And so you can pay homage to the tailoring and to the look and to the feeling of the brief without being like costumey or comical, right?
Like blackface, essentially,
right? And I think maybe that's why people are like, I don't want to.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, maybe they were thinking like, is this gonna give blackface? Like if I do too much of it, so maybe that's why they kind of held back, a little bit. So. Yeah,
but then there was this Indian guy. I'm just fucking find a picture of him. He Punjabi actually. He completely was like, oh no, we're not going to do the black dandyism. We're going to do the Punjabi dandyism. Now the look was dope, but if the brief was like, he missed the point. If the brief was like anti-colonialism, then his Punjabi dandyism would make sense. But we're talking about black people specifically, right? Why are you dressed up like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he's representing Southeast Asia. We're not talking about Southeast Asia right now.
Listen, we really have so much. I don't even know if we're gonna be here when we get to the point where things aren't racist or there is no we need to be segregated, period. But as we are today, okay, I don't know if we go ever get to that point, sir. I mean, we got grown white ladies calling kids the N-word, child.
Okay, what is that? It stresses me out, just the idea of an adult screaming at my kid. Right.
Period.
I mean,
forget that. Forget adding the N-word.
Right. The N-word I've just blown up. I've already just boom. I'm in pieces all over the world. And then you turn around and go to, what is the name of this place? Give Send Go and collect. I want to give the exact amount, because the child raised over $340,000 on GoFundMe. The person, I'm not gonna say this person's name because I don't want to get him I'm not doing
Sean?
that. But I'm not gonna say her name.
Okay.
$680,000.
It's at 7. It's 700 now.
700,000. So $680,000 was as of the 5th of May.
Mm-hmm.
So she's at $700,000 now, and just for her protection. Your protection? What you need protection for? You was bad. You jumped. And then the man who co-founded Give Send Go. I will say his name, because
because we need to.
We need to say his name, right? Jacob Wells is the co-founder of Give Send Go. He defended hosting the campaign, saying that the platform doesn't pick sides. He said, "What we saw," this is his quote, "what we saw was sort of a spin up of these two campaigns tornadoing. And it didn't feel right to take either one of them down, because you're almost playing favorites to one or the other."
Mm-hmm. And your thoughts?
My thoughts are, you need to figure out a side.
Right. The thing is that he's not going to pick a side, because he'll lose his white folks. Because have you ever even heard of this platform before? No, right.
Absolutely not.
So I'm saying now he probably got a good wholesome a white following that use his his platform.
They're definitely not wholesome.
We'll extract that from the record. Clearly this lady isn't. So we have these people that clearly cannot I feel like he's just trying to avoid losing customers. Right. He doesn't care about the situation with the lady.
But is he trying to he's not trying to avoid losing customers, because the customers he wants is the one that's
a better way to say it.
Yeah, because the people that are offended by it aren't his customers anymore. And so he's lost them, right? Because you're hosting hate on your platform, and you're letting this hate be funded. And you're like, well, I don't, it's kind of like what Trump says, there's good people on both sides when someone's being murdered by the police, right? It's good people on both sides. I'm like, what are you talking about? That was a murder. There's not a good person on both sides. There's one person who was murdered. Well, you can't always think about it like that, right? And so I think that a lot of time, right? I think a lot of times these covert racists, right, are like, oh, well, I don't want to pick sides, but you've already picked a side by saying you don't want to pick sides, right? Because your complacency is agreement, right? You saying, oh, I don't know. It's wrong for an adult to, number one, be screaming at somebody else's child in the park. It's wrong.
Even if someone was screaming at my kid and said, "Get down" or something. Right. Excuse me, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am. Right.
I can handle this.
Right. That's my baby. Now you get down. You heard what she said. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to know how. Like, at what point did the lady just be like, you know what, this little N-word kid? Like, what got you that mad for you to call a kid the N-word? Like, really? She probably woke up that morning and somebody had kicked over her trash cans, and she was like, "That's enough. That's I've had enough. These black boys been knocking my trash cans over every day."
She's like, I'm tired of these N-words.
I'm tired of these N-words. The
It's
next
really
one I
getting out of
see,
control.
right? The next one I see is a wrap, right? And she was just like, "That's enough." And then she saw a little one, and she was like, "That's perfect." A little inwardlet, right? And so I hate
And that's
that.
where she ended up.
And that's what she ended up. And now she got $700,000. And we should
Man.
for those y'all can send money to Carmelo Anthony's defense
We got to
fund.
talk about a couple of things because yes, Carmelo, I think he had 15,000 or something like that, and he really needs it because clearly the story from even people who were there were saying that the kids went over to attack him. I don't want to deep dive on it because I really don't know the full story. Yeah. Unless you do.
No, I know that they tried to jump him. He was in a seat at a track meet, and apparently he was in the wrong seat, and they tried to get him, like, force him out of there, and they got in a fight, and they ended up stabbed. But see, here's the thing, like, they were trying to take people were protesting, trying to take his GoFundMe down for his defense fund, but they're like, oh, well, no, we don't want to pick sides, right? Like, you 100% pick the side, right? And so, like, I think the idea that people are, oh, God, I'm neutral. No, you're not. There's no way to be neutral in this situation.
Can we talk? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, please continue.
Can we talk about picking a side, okay? Because this is something that I want to touch on this real quick. Well, I know we didn't talk about it in prep, but it happened yesterday. Okay. And I think it's important for us to talk about it because it doesn't matter how much evidence we have in front of our faces. Us being Black, it's a side that people go pick. And right. So the Memphis police officers that were acquitted yesterday in the fatal beating of Tyree Nichols. And I don't know if you guys remember the beating with Tyree Nichols. And when I say pick a side, because there was a police side and there was Tyree Nichols. Right. The police side, they all look like Tyree Nichols. Okay? So that wasn't the side they were picking. The side they were picking was the police, not the Black people against whomever else. Right. So these officers got acquitted. And if you remember, I think we reported on this too, that it was like a whole situation. He was dating one of the cops'
right.
girls,
okay, I do remember. Oh, yes.
And he smashed, left the girl's house. He followed.
Pulled over, and they pulled him
pulled him over.
Yeah.
Pulled him over, beat him up, and all this other madness. And I'm like, we literally saw this on camera. Okay.
Right.
We saw it in real. We saw it. So I don't even understand. It was on their body cams. Right. So I don't even understand, how do you get acquitted of this fatal beating charges? Like, how do you do that?
Well, one easy way to get acquitted of murdering somebody is murdering somebody who's still being categorized as only 3/5 of a person. Right. So you didn't really kill anybody. Right. And so.
And then you did it too. You're also 3/5 of the person, of a
so,
person, but you just so happen to have a badge,
right? A badge on, right? So it did a murder really occur? You know what I'm saying? And then we don't want to. There's this idea that if we hold the police accountable, they'll no longer be our protection. Which for Black people, they're not our protection anyway, right? Like, I don't ever feel protected by the police. Now, I did get pulled over the other day. I will say this: I did get pulled over the other day. And
for what? What'd you do?
My headlight had gone out, and so that gives them cause, right? And so they pulled me over, had me roll all my windows down, had both of my head like this. And I'll be honest, I've been pulled over a number of times in my life. This was the first time I ever had them. They had me roll all my windows down, put my hands on the steering wheel. That had never happened to me before, right? And they were like, keep everything on here. The man was, I could see him in the back. He had his hand on his gun. I'm like, hand on your gun is crazy, right? Like, you pulled me over. Well, I should be nervous, right? And so, and I was nervous. I was on the phone with my sister, and I said, like, stay on the phone. Don't hang up. I did not end up getting a ticket or anything like that, but it was a wholly new experience for me at this big age, as the internet says. But I did get home safely, and I happened to be right in front of my home, and my address matched where what I'm saying, like it all kind of things all worked out. But
what if you did it? What if you just
right,
moved and you
right,
got a different address? You know what I mean?
right.
Like, this is the thing, is that, and I tell my husband this, like, I fear for his safety anytime that he's going somewhere, right? Like, I think about that. And so I'm like, make sure you use your signal. Don't use your phone.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
stuff like that that could cause anyone to have any reason to pull you over. Like, don't do anything illegal for them to give you to have
probable cause,
any cause to pull you over, right? Because now I'm worrying. Like, I'm just, and the thing is, it's scary. So it doesn't matter who it is, whether it's you, whether it's my brother, whether it's my husband, whether it's, uncle, cousins, whomever it is. Like, it's scary to even think about that. So, Tyree Nichols. So those of you who don't remember, he originally got pulled over for a traffic stop, and he ran away from the traffic stop because he knew what it was, and they ended up, following him and tracking him down and beating him up. So the issue with the jury in this is that they had a majority white jury that was from out of town. So it wasn't even a jury of his peers. It was because they wanted to give the police a fair chance. What? Y'all really got y'all really got Tyree messed up.
And so when stuff like this happens, I always think about like why we need more like black politicians. We do need police officers aren't going anywhere, right? So we need to be able to police our own neighborhoods, right? So we do need black police officers
that look, people who look like us,
who look like us. We need black judges, right? Like, we don't need more rappers and singers, right? We need more. I'm just saying, like, you can rap and sing also, but like, can you also be a judge? Right? Can you go to law school?
Well, I mean, I could say in the city of North Las Vegas, we 2 for 3.
Come on now.
So come through,
Come through. Shout out to North Las Vegas. Here in Houston, we used to have a black mayor, but our governor, Greg Abbott, is
child
crippling crazy.
He's special.
He is. He's spared for sure. No. Okay, so I know this ain't got nothing to do with that. Again, I know we didn't talk about this in prep, but this private school voucher situation. I was talking to somebody about this the other day. They are giving, what is it, $1,000? It's like $10,000 a year for a private school as a voucher, like to help with pay for it. But private schools are like $20,000 a year, right? There's no like limit to the amount of money you can make a year to get this voucher. So if you can be someone who's making $500,000 a year, already paying for private school,
right? That's what our governor is trying to do.
And you get this
Governor
voucher.
Lombardo, okay, and those of y'all who are who have seen these ads are saying you should be able to choose a school you want to go to. Right?
They're not talking to you.
Don't get tricked.
They're not talking. They're talking to people who are already paying for private school. This is welfare for rich people, right? These are coupons that so you're paying for taxes. I pay my taxes so that somebody's rich son or daughter can keep going to private school at 50% off. Right? This is welfare for rich people. Do not vote yes on that. Right? Please. Telling people they can keep paying for their own school. Greg Abbott is trying to push this. And so here's the thing. So like Elon Musk is a resident
and they're getting rid of the Department of Education. So that means that they're not going to fund the regular school districts.
Right.
They want you to get the coupon, as you said.
Right.
The rich people coupon.
The rich people coupon.
But where is that going to put the poor folks? The people who don't have it. Okay.
Elon Musk is a resident of Texas. He has 8 children who are school aged. He could get, in theory,
and
$80,000 a year over 4 years. He's going to end up with what it ended up to was like $1.2 million in taxpayer money that would go to Elon Musk's children, or to Elon Musk, so he don't have to pay that, which is insane. He's the richest man in the world. Why on earth would he will for anything? Right?
And he will get the coupon.
Because these people
okay?
are like, oh, I want school choice. I want to be, y'all people are voting against their interests. Like, y'all want to be rich so bad. Y'all want to pretend like you're rich. You're not rich. If you got to get up and go to work every day, and you don't fly there on a helicopter, you got to drive in the traffic with me. We on the same
Not with
page.
you.
You know, I'm just saying, like, you have to. And then they're turning around. Trump is turning around right now and he just sent out 185,000 default letters to people who are defaulted on their student loans.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about he's going to start garnishing wages beginning in June. Garnishing wages, garnishing people's Social Security checks, garnishing their federal refunds. And normally they do that. That's like a last minute thing. And they haven't done any government collection since COVID. Right? He's like, oh no, enough of that. No, we need that money now.
Right. We need it right now.
We need it right now.
Listen, I almost, oftentimes I wake up and I think to myself, okay, first of all, remember when COVID was happening and we were locked down, and every single day it was something. Every day every day it was literally something. I was like, we have to be living in a freaking reality show. Somebody has to be watching us. Like this is like the Truman Show. They're watching us.
100%.
Like there's something is going on here. So this is how I'm feeling today. Every day I wake up and I'm thinking like, okay, what are these mofos gonna do today?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Like it's yesterday they took down the children's memorial of all the kids who were shot in the school shootings. Why?
And so
why? Oh, sir, why? Why was that even on? Like, why was that on the docket? You know,
why is it even up for debate? Oh no, we don't want to see that memorial.
And then I thought about it, and I'm like, it has to do with guns.
Yeah,
but is that what's important right now? People are starving.
Literally, gas
is about to be $1 bazillion. Okay, the places that produce and reformat or whatever ferment gas, they closing down in California. They're like, forget y'all, we good. We're out of here. They're closing down, which means it's going to cause us to have higher gas prices, not only at the pump. Cars. No, I don't even think it's gonna be that.
Girl. Listen.
I think that they definitely do stuff to force us to do stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, your president was selling Teslas on the line on the front line, child.
Girl, it looked like I got the hookup. That's okay. Do you remember that movie?
Yes.
It was giving. I got the hookup, and I got the hookup on these cars. My homeboy got the car. You know, just if you need a Tesla, I know them that make them.
Right.
You know and
the homie is coming through to the crib. The homie coming through to the crib, and he gonna bring a couple of cars for y'all. Take a look at.
Yeah, y'all come on down. Take a look. Just drive them around a little bit.
Right.
Get you one of these Teslers.
Right. What is really what is happening? Like every single day, it's something that happens that means nothing, but it does mean something. You know, and it's just it's frustrating.
It is.
I don't know where this is going to end up.
I don't. And then so we have on one side this lady getting $680,000. That's where we started, right? This lady getting $680,000. They giving the rich people coupons to go to school. Then on the other side, Rodney Hinton Jr. can't even get bail. He can't even get out of jail. They didn't kill his son. He had a mental lapse, ran over a police officer. He can't even get bail. He's stuck in there.
But you know what? But you know what? And I hate.
What?
You know what? And I'm going to say they say this.
Mm-hmm.
They say an eye for an eye.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I'm saying. Why y'all ain't eyeing for an eye? Why the eyes ain't eyeing back? We can't.
Why the eyes ain't eyeing back?
Why the eyes ain't eyeing y'all eyeing the wrong stuff?
Hello, y'all. Listen.
Anywho, back to Hinton.
Did you see that video of him walking out of the courtroom, eyeballing them cops?
Yes.
And they're trying to intimidate him. I live
Man, listen.
I'm
thinking to myself, if something happened to my child, something happened to my child, like, lock me up, throw away the key, because come get me.
Come get me.
Come get me, because what we doing?
I'm supposed to be sad? You want me to go home and cry the rest of my life about you killing my son? Absolutely not. I got one son.
Come get me.
I got one son. And then this young man, Ryan Hitton, because Rodney is his daddy, Ryan is his son. He was 18.
Jeez.
18 years old. 18? This man ain't even had no life. Hey, he ain't had no time to even live no life. This still my baby. 18 years old. Bro. I'm gonna run you over. So you lucky that's all he did. Oh, well, he didn't. He didn't run over the right police officer. It doesn't matter. He fit the description.
Exactly. He fit the description just like this kid.
Yeah.
And do we know the story as to why the kid was with the police in the first place? No, we need to revisit that another time.
Police said it was one of 4 men who were fleeing after officers found them in a stolen car. And then he was
not
armed.
Joyriding and you didn't kill the kid.
Hello. That's what he said. He was in a stolen car at 18. Who cares? He was in a stolen car at 18. Well, who has not been in a stolen car at 18?
I probably have not been in a stolen car unless y'all stole a car.
You've been in a stolen car.
I don't think I've been in a stolen car before. I mean, I was always driving.
That's fair. You were always driving. That's true. That's true.
I don't think I've been. Maybe after that.
Maybe after 18, I was in a stolen car.
Wait, I did have a little boo that got me a rodeo though in high school.
I do remember.
But I don't think it was stolen.
No, but I'm just the point is, everybody's done something stupid at 18,
right? And joyriding and you murdered a kid, like it's. Listen, on the live, I'm sorry, I'm using the wrong words, YouTube. So this is a wild time. I want to say it's a wild time. I don't know what times were before. It's a wild time for me today. Okay,
it is a wild time. Today is a rough day in American history, right? Just every day it feels like a rough day in America. Like when our children and our great grandchildren and our great learn about this, time to think like what was going on. This is like mythical. The amount of ridiculousness that's happening.
Like every single day, and just the things that aren't even reported that are happening. It's listen. I'm sending all y'all black people healing energy. Okay.
You sending thoughts and prayers.
I'm not even sending thoughts and prayers because we be sending thoughts and prayers every time the police murder unalive someone.
Unalive, yeah.
And I'm tired of sending thoughts and prayers. I'm just at this point sending healing energy, and I got my eyes on the eyes. Y'all figure out who go to eye for the eyes.
For real, I think maybe people should arm themselves and and defend yourselves, right? Like there's a point in time where enough is enough, right? You can't always be like we can't always be peaceful. Right. I know you're not a huge fan of the Holy Bible, right? But there's a part of the Bible that says, "Blessed are the peacemakers." Peace isn't something you do passively; you got to do it actively, right? And so you have to be in charge of that, right?
I want to go ahead.
Peace is something you got to be fighting for. No time has there ever been peace before war.
Right. And I agree with you. Now, I want to make this clear is that it's not that I don't dislike the Bible. I think it's a very good book with a lot of great stories. Is it a 100% factual book? That's going to be a no. Okay. That's it. You know what I mean? Like there's some good stories we can reference and then use them in our everyday lives. But
there's some good points.
It's no proven facts in the Bible, unfortunately. Speaking of the Bible, they had something going on in the Vatican, and
right. So, have you seen Conclave? Have you seen this movie?
I just watched it the other day.
This is exactly what just happened.
Yeah, but there's another. Okay, so during COVID time, there was another movie about the Conclave,
Okay.
And it was supposed to be like a true story. It was about how the Pope that just passed, like he saved some people from some molestation accusation. Then he casted out some people. It was like a lot. Okay, it's a lot going on over there. I did watch Conclave. Listen, if you don't, spoiler alert, pause, because I want to talk about this.
Okay.
So when the new Pope, or not new Pope, Cardinal came in,
okay,
my immediate thought was they look trans.
Oh, work.
That was my immediate thought, but I didn't say. I just kept going. And I was like, it's giving trans. And then at the end,
you know what? I thought the same thing. When I was like, and I have experience. So I'm clocking T, right? I'm like, okay. And then we got to the end, and I'm like, yo, okay. So here's the thing. Sometimes movies are like reflections of life. Sometimes movies they feel like predictions of life.
Or did this happen in real life? And it was like,
right.
No, we can't even proceed with this, because why would that story even come up? It doesn't even make sense that the story would come up.
Right.
Like, I'm like, did this happen in real life?
Or is it happening now? That's what I'm about. Is this currently what's happening? Are we is Robert Prevost?
I think that maybe it happened with the last Pope, because it doesn't make maybe they obviously weren't ready for that, but then this Pope was like, okay, trans people, everybody, we all in, you know? So did that happen? And then that Pope was like a little bit progressive, like the one that they ended up selecting in lieu of, because they could not have let that happen. Listen, those of you, if you want to watch Conclave, just please watch it.
Just watch. It's good.
It's very good.
It explains how they picked the Pope. But what I'm saying is, like, this current Pope was in Peru, so he speaks Spanish like the Pope in the movie. Okay, he was like drinking sick water and like hanging out with this. What I'm saying is there's a lot of parallels happening in that movie that's happening in real life. And so I'm like, are we looking at a secretly trans? Because you don't have to be, you don't have to tell everybody your tea. You ain't got to give everybody your tea, because it ain't everybody's business.
They can't just. They can.
They 100% can.
I'm saying they could, but someone will find out, and then it will disrupt the church significantly. Not they lifting up the skirt, but the thing is that remember when in the movie, remember when the Pope told the Cardinal, I had a hysterectomy. I was supposed to have a hysterectomy. That's the thing. She, they, them, whatever the pronoun, because they didn't get to that. Whatever they decided, they never had the hysterectomy.
Right. So they were still biologically. Well, I mean, that's fine.
I'm saying someone would find that out, and the church would blow up, which they're saying that this may the legend says, and from the writing of Pope Peter, who was the first Pope, right? Allegedly, this is supposed to be the last Pope because the church go get blown up. But that's just hearsay. Okay, I don't know any truths to this.
Okay.
This Pope is only 69? Oh. I'm saying he got he might have a good 20, 30 up in him.
Yeah.
Those of you who haven't been, listen, if you have never been to Italy, please go. Okay. It's going to be one of the best things that you ever experience, especially if you're Black, because whenever you see Roman people on TV, whatever, they're white, and they're not. Okay. They weren't. All right. So go feel the Colosseum energy. Go to the Vatican. Go inside the Vatican. See the Pope floating in the air and illuminated. All that stuff. Go experience those things. Okay.
See, you know what?
Go to Pisa, because I did not realize that Pisa was a holy land, child.
A holy land?
Go. Learn.
That ain't what I'm going to Italy for.
But you should. Part of it should be that.
I mean, there'll be some learning,
and where you're fro.
There'll be some knowledge being given for sure.
Straight off the dome.
Hello?
Anyway. Oh boy, listen, I don't know. We're in a trying time. And pay attention to everything that happens. Pay attention to everyone around you.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. So Mark Lamont Hill was on Piers Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he's on the panel with Myron from Fresh and Fit, who is a clown. And then there are two white ladies, right? One of them is a proud racist, right? By her own proclamation. This isn't like me, speculating, because she's by her own proclamation is a proud racist. Piers Morgan says he did not know she was a racist, but then proceeded to invite her to say the N-word on this panel. And Mark Lamont Hill was not very pleased with that, and he had a response to that. I'm gonna play a clip from his YouTube, and we'll get there.
Alrighty. Chrissy J, we can't put cuss words on here. We on YouTube. They, sis, That's what I said, Chrissy J. I said, I'm loving the Natural Hair Podcast. It says we're giving black and natural. Okay. All right. Let me add this.
I think this is where I'm starting.
He is a fake black American. I'm not even.
Oh wait, let me back it up.
That because some action, because I got angry. No, not with this. What do you do in that situation? As he's saying, I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't expect that. I already didn't expect to be on with a self-identified white racist. Pierce says he didn't know that she was a racist. And I've never been on anything with Myron Gaines, so I didn't expect that either. But then it gets stupid, and I had to respond. Here's what I did.
Go on.
No. Don't invite. No. I don't want you to. Pierce, don't tell me to hang on. Oh, it's your show. I don't care. Not now. Not with this. Invite this woman to say a racially harmful term in front of me, because I'm the only on here. So if she says it, I'm the victim of it. So please don't invite her for ratings to call me the N-word, because that's basically what it's going to be. There's a bunch of white people up here. Now pause again. You see their faces. This loser's smiling and laughing, and she's happy as hell. Right now, I know y'all saying I gave them the satisfaction because I got angry. I didn't get angry, by the way. This isn't me angry. Anybody knows me knows I'm not actually angry. I'm being animated because I needed to stress this. That's basically what it's going to be. There's a bunch of white people up here. And one Uncle Tom on the left here, and to ask her to say the N-word while I'm here is ridiculous. Now, people say you call him an Uncle Tom. I did. I never call people Uncle Toms on TV. I don't believe that because somebody is conservative, or because somebody is on the right, or because somebody has a different opinion than me, that they are
thoughts.
So, couple things. Don't invite.
He definitely wasn't. Christy J says he is though, and she was referencing.
Is it Uncle Tom or Chicken
Uncle
George?
Tom. Well, apparently Uncle Tom was supposed to be for the people. Okay.
Right.
I don't know if
Sambo.
the story just got rearranged. They be deleting history and things. So
I think it's Sambo. But either way, we know what he means. Right. And so, yes, Myron Gaines. I wouldn't even call Myron Gaines and Uncle Tom, because he doesn't consider himself black. Right. He's a Sudanese immigrant. And anytime he can, he's degrading black people, black women especially, right? That I don't know if you saw the flag that got put up. It was blurred out. The flag said the N-word, hard R, on it. So this is all happening on live television, right? So I think that Mark Lamont Hill handled it the way it should have been handled. He checked it where he got down where he was mad at, right? Like and they said he wasn't mad, but he got down where the problem was. He was like, "Excuse me, is it okay if I stand up for myself?" He's like, "Absolutely not. She can't call me nothing." And the fact that those people were laughing and smiling and it was a key for them, they was like, "Oh, this is a key. we got the black dude upset. Y'all lucky we on TV, right? And not in the same studio.
Right.
Because like, with the black lady show on
we
CNN.
remote from home.
Hello? Because the black lady show on CNN with everybody be around the table. Pull it there. Say it there. Go ahead. Open your mouth and go and say it. Say it now. So I can slap them teeth out.
Christy J said that's the same dude who was calling a black girl the N-word and then had the other white girls jump her in the elevator.
On his Fresh and Fit podcast, he had a black woman on. Because again, his whole specialty.
Oh, that is the dude. That's the dude.
Yes.
Who, he aggravated her the entire time they were all sitting at the table.
Yes.
Okay, I remember that. I remember reporting on that. You know what? Yeah, I kicked him out of whatever. I ain't listened to him since.
Yeah, so he's the reason he's even on. He has to have an independent podcast. He's been banned from YouTube, banned from Instagram for hate speech. He's one of those self-proclaimed alpha males, which anybody who knows me knows. If any man that thinks that has to say he's an alpha male is not an alpha. Okay, just.
What's his name?
His name is Myron Gaines.
Myron Gaines, got it.
Right, he's balding on top. He just is. That's just a fact, right? But he's an absolute clown. Everything he does, and him and his friends are hypersensitive to anything, any criticism, any. He got into it with Drewski because Drewski said something about how he looks ridiculous. And Chrissy J says he called her low class and for her roots. And her roots were showing. Yeah, he's an imbecile. I didn't get to hear anything from the smiling white lady. But that stupid smile she had on her face, she'd have to see me in the parking lot for sure. Because
you know what, it's crazy that he ended up being in that situation because I can't imagine how my blood would have been boiling had I been sitting there like what, like I have been in this situation recently, right? What I was, I wasn't even going to talk about this, but I'm just going to talk about it just briefly and then carry on. I was invited to be on another radio station as a guest. Set up, the thing was set up a couple months in advance. I get there, everyone's late but me because I'm like, we can't be late for radio. So I get there and I'm excited. It's a black lady that's about to interview me, and I'm excited to meet her. Never met her before. We've only communicated via email, and I get there and I'm not going to go into detail of the conversation, but she was so rude. I got up before the interview and left. So I'm thinking to myself, this guy, like he's on here live, and you're right. If they were in studio together, it probably would have been on site.
Yeah,
he would have lost his job as an analyst on CNN and Fox News and wherever else he pops in.
Right.
But people can be so nasty to you, and they trick you to be part of their situation.
Right.
And it's wild out here.
I don't. And so he was saying at the end that he doesn't feel he wasn't upset. He just people are like, you shouldn't have played into it and blah blah blah. But here's the thing. I'm not gonna let you play in my face. I don't care about going high. I don't give a crap about that. Right. I don't care about that, because if you want to go low, let's go there. Let's get down there. Let's get down. Let's see if you're really about that. Right. I'm gonna make you stand on it. And the black dude is 6'5" and fine.
Yeah, it's a lot going on out here. Right. Shout out to black men.
Right.
Period.
But I mean, like I feel like making a racist stand on it, right, is important, because you can say you can make your mouth say anything. You know what I'm saying? I can make my
like
mouth
this.
Please. Oh my God! But you can't make what can you make those hands do?
A lot.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to know. Right? You can make your mouth say anything. Right? I could be like, I'm a 5'2", white woman, and I'm married to a 6'3". I can make your mouth say anything. But you call me something, you got to prove that. I'm gonna make you prove it. I'm gonna make you own that. You know, I don't see nothing wrong with that. I think we can get
Chris
back.
TJ says he was trying to do the same thing that the other black actor told to those other white analysts on a different show to do. Remember? I don't know.
Oh no! So that was a show, right? So when you see like that was a clip from a show, right? That was going around. So that wasn't even like a real thing that happened. So people saw. I mean, it had an impact because the guy who was acting in it did a good job. But I think it was. I can't remember the name of the show. I think it's on Apple TV. But the fact of the matter is, you cannot one you don't have a permission to give anybody that card, right? Go in and say it. I'm gonna sock you too. But you want to say it too?
I can't. You know what? And I was gonna say I can't believe, but I can.
You can.
And that's that.
Yeah, they are. That's just
like I can believe
they are
it.
who they've always been, right? These people are who they've always been, right? And I can't say that I'm shocked or like appalled. I'm actually grateful that you're saying it out loud, so I can see who so I can know what devil I'm dealing with, right? But at the same time, you'll still get jacked up out here, right? I may not unalive you, but I might swell you up a little bit, just so when you go home, you're gonna put ice on that.
But speaking of swelling up a little bit, it's about to be a hard left.
Come on, hard left.
Brokeback Mountain is headed back to theaters.
Swollen booty holes.
As you may know, or maybe you heard, I don't know, maybe it popped up on your timeline. Those of you who dib and dabble a little bit. This drama, it kind of follows like two cowboys, and they met in the summer of 1963, and unexpectedly they fall in a powerful whirlwind of love, loss, and many emotions that came with it. The raw portrayal of queerness is because it was
there was no protection used at all.
Brokeback Mountain. Yeah,
that
that definitely was a revolutionary movie. It was definitely like one of the first movies where it was gay men and sex. Most definitely.
So yes, there were gay men and sex in the movie, but I think that movie was just a really good love story in general.
They had sex in the movie. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that revolutionized other men being able to kiss each other or whatever in the future on television. We wasn't seeing them barebacking. Okay, like
we barely saw them barebacking too. That was the thing.
I know, that's what I'm saying, but I'm saying that is what catapulted and allowed other. I
will concede to that.
It was definitely. Go ahead.
I was watching the movie. Deleted clips from a movie, and the dude in the deleted clips, he was like, I'm watching Brokeback Mountain, and there's no dong in the movie. I'm through 3.5 hour movie, and I don't see anybody's penis. I was like,
you was waiting for that.
He was like, wait
before your time.
This is before they started showing penis on TV. But yeah, I agree that. But no, I think Brokeback Mountain was. I let my daughter watch it the other day, and she was crying because it was just, it's sad at the end how the man gets killed. But yes, go see it. Go see it in theaters. Go see it on the big screen because it is a beautifully shot movie. Also,
we don't know what it looks like today. Today we watching real. You're right, on your television at home. We're not in the theater. It definitely is not going to be the same. Okay. And I'm sure it will have some AI updates and things like that that might make it a little weird that you might not know. But no, I'm not going to.
The sheep were CGI.
I gave Brokeback Mountain my time 20 years ago.
I can't believe it's been 20 years.
That's all the time they go get.
I can't believe it's been 20 years. They came out at the same time. I think it's like Milk. There was a few movies at the same time. They were kind of, pushing that. I'm just saying, like, swollen. If you're out in the woods, right? This is in the 60s. He did not bring any lube. He just spit on it.
What he did, he did though. He did spit on it.
That's exactly what he did. And wasn't nobody douching. I don't know when's the last one took a shot? That was a funky scene.
What? She says Will Smith
had, in 6 Degrees of Separation, he had a gay scene. And that was in like the 80s.
Javon still think I'm delivered, but sir, we are Lajabijaqua now. You an ally.
Yeah, you say you delivered. Hey, listen. That's fine. We delivered.
Listen.
I can't say nothing about that. I don't have nothing to say. All I'm saying is that scene, in real life, that's a really funky scene they was in.
That was quite interesting.
That scene was not nasty. Like, I don't want to say that, but that was a...
You know what doesn't happen in the white community? They don't say, oh, this is part of their initiation. That was part of their initiation 20 years ago.
Right.
Only black people. Only black people be saying that.
I love black people, right? I do.
And rest in peace to Heath Ledger, because
he was an amazing actor.
He really was.
The way that we be putting the Illuminati on anybody that's ever done anything, as soon as you make a whole lot of money, you sacrifice his mama for that money.
Right. What Wes is on Instagram. He says he never seen it. I go sign up to take a look. Heath Ledger was in fact the best Joker ever.
Right.
And that is a fact.
It's a good movie.
Javon said the same exact thing. Look at that.
Yeah, it doesn't for the straight men watching. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Watch the movie. It don't make you gay to watch the movie.
No, we good.
It don't make it.
But it's no purpose in watching.
Your masculinity and your straightness,
right? But it's not
impacted by watching a movie about
right. But at this point, it's no purpose. When we watched it before, it was because there was going to be a male love story. Today, we see that on commercials. We don't have. We're not breaking news. It's
not about. It's a good movie. Watch a good movie. Watch a movie that's well written, well acted.
Sir, straight men don't want to watch a gay men love story. They just don't. They may love you as a family member, but
you
it's
can't
just
speak for all straight men.
I'm not gonna say all straight men. It's the ones I know.
You can two straight men that's watching right now.
Christy said it was spitting dirt. It definitely it was dirt. It was very dirty. Okay.
It's not. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into it because I feel a way about it. But because I think it's anyway. I'm not gonna.
I think that men can watch whatever they want to watch, but I think this particular story it was a breakout thing for us when we were younger. And two, let's say for you and I, right, experiencing things, learning things about ourselves, watching this was definitely probably like, oh, okay. Like it was okay. But if I was a straight male, there's no razzle dazzle in it. It's not me separating my masculinity from anything. It's just no razzle dazzle in it for me.
I think that this is my idea about it, because razzle dazzle ain't it. That's not what I'm talking about. But being able to see that, because we don't really see love stories. We see a lot of sex between gay men on TV. There's not a lot of love stories happening.
Every medical
there's not a lot of love stories happening. There's a lot of sex and there's a lot of drama. But there's not a lot of commercial. But prep is talking about sex. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
right?
But hold on real quick.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. We got a delay, so just remember that. I'm not trying to cut you off.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But I'm saying, like, when we're talking about two people who didn't want to be in love with each other, that struggle, that full story does not get told in that way. I think the storytelling in that movie is amazing. I think the things that they were dealing with in their individual lives when they came back together was good. I think it's a really good story outside of the one sex scene in the movie.
Right. Wes says that he agreed with what I was saying, but he said the previews just look boring. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, and I think you're taking me saying razzle dazzle differently. I'm saying, like, for me and you at that time, 20 years ago, right?
It was
discovering ourselves. It was like, it was like, it was razzle dazzle for us, because we're like, let me explore this and see. but they're not getting that. That's what I'm saying. They don't have that same razzle dazzle. That's what I'm saying.
I hear you.
So it's not that it's gay. It's too gay for them to watch because there's plenty of gay shit that just comes on TV that they watch and it's fine.
Right.
But it's
like
I just think the previews of it were boring. But I wanted to watch it because I'm exploring things in myself.
I feel you.
So
I feel you.
Ari versus Alexis says it was boring to me, not gay. And it was too long. That movie was long as hell.
It was. No, I will say it was longer than a mug. It was like it was longer than a mug. Yeah. That was maybe a different movie. Maybe Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. That's a good one.
See?
Tu Wong Fu, listen. Tu Wong Fu, that one's a good one. Wesley Snipes as Noxzema Jackson.
See, that gave a little bit of extra razzle. You know what I mean? Like
that was a good one.
That Brokeback Mountain. If not only was a country story, it was white people.
It was white people.
So it wasn't like something appealing that people wanted to like dive into unless you could relate to something with it.
That was already in it.
Yeah. So it's not about them and their masculinity. It wasn't appealing in that aspect.
It was boring.
Right.
It was long.
Christy said she identifies as a straight man. She go watch it.
Chris is a straight man. No, she not. She a gay man if she a gay man if she anything. Okay. I know Christy like she ain't no straight man.
It's giving pan. Okay.
Come on, Pan.
It's giving Pan and Prep commercials. That's what it's giving.
The Prep commercials are crazy. There's this one where there's a transgender woman in the Prep commercial, and her hands are so big, and her wig is so small, and I hate that for her. I hate that they put her in that commercial. I hate that.
Okay, can we just talk real quick before we get off here? Razzle Dazzle. What's the show with the pink?
I don't know. I don't watch that show.
It's good too. Why don't you watch that show?
The stripper show?
Because it's not that boring for you. You like boring shows.
I don't like boring shows. No, that's not it.
Now we're getting down to the bottom of things.
Get to the bottom of things. No. I watched the first season. Pun. I liked the first season. And I think it was a realistic I agree that was a realistic love story between like that you talking about Uncle Clifford and Lil Murder.
Lil Murder.
Yeah.
What the hell is the name of that damn show? Down by the
P Valley.
P Valley, that's what it was.
Yeah.
P Valley, straight dudes can watch it. Is a little razzle dazzle. It's a little gay. It's a little not. It's fair.
Fair.
I
can accept that Brokeback Mountain is boring.
Okay. All right.
I concede.
Wes said, "Sir tried to comfort us. He did."
Pause.
he did, and Ari said he does. Okay.
Pause. I'm not coming for anybody.
Oh my gosh. Oh, boy, see, this is what I'm talking about. Sorry, we got any other breaking news we need to tell these people? Because obviously Brokeback Mountain was the key story here.
That was the top story of the day.
It was clearly the top story of the day. Well, a long story short, I'm not gonna touch on this too much. Smokey Robinson, he outside, child. That's it. We got nothing else to say about it. Nice. Nothing else.
Outside at 103. That's great.
He is outside. And I think that's pretty much all that we're going to do here today. Brianna's pregnant.
Oh, congratulations. That's 3, right?
That's number 3. I love it for them.
Excellent. They over there doing it.
She finished and she done with this one. She's a little tired. She said, I'm tired.
Doing it. Okay. I've been there. I got my 3 is tight like that too. Yeah, so they over there. Listen, I had 3 back to back. You got to be doing it to have that many kids back to back like that. They counting 6 weeks to the minute. For real. To the minute. I said,
all right, y'all.
All right, y'all. Love y'all.
Sir, you have any last thoughts and prayers that you would like to share with anyone before we go?
Black people, we don't all need to be athletes and dancers and singers. We need some politicians. We need more Black people policing. We need some Black scientists. We need Black coders. We need to do other stuff, right? So we are in charge of the things we need to be in charge of, and not just entertaining people. That's it.
And I completely agree with all that you just said. And in saying that, which office will you be running for?
I don't know. I'm thinking just a city council position initially.
Okay.
Here in Houston. And then we'll see where that takes me.
Okay, well, let's get on it. Yeah, I don't know what something got to give.
Yeah, 100%.
Something has got to give. And those of you who would like to follow us on social media, sir, what's your handles?
At the Sir Armstrong on IG, Sir Armstrong on Facebook.
All right, you can find me on every single social media platform at Carrice. That's ECARRICE. And then you can follow our other page at the Shady Ass Tea on Instagram as well. All right, I think that's it. So. Bye, y'all.
Love y'all. Bye.